Chelsea 2, Leverkusen nil. Yeah, Chelsea 2, Leverkusen nil is the first preseason win for Chelsea. Yeah, we are back again, the world champion, and we are back and getting it like we have done. We are back like we never left. Yeah. So it's a very nice match. It's a very beautiful match for me. I think I enjoyed the total dominance here because Chelsea was in charge all through this match. So let's just jump right into it. The 5 things we learned in this match. And I think the first one for me is the pressing. Yeah, I think I'm very impressed by the pressing. Like the way we pressed them in the first 20 minutes of the game, it was a very different level. Yeah, it just gives the nostalgia of the Chelsea versus PSG match. And I know I'm referencing this match for the 250,000th time, but it's something that's the standards that we want to keep. Yeah, so you look at this, the way the team set up and they are charging this Leverkusen guy. They gave them no chance for breathing. At some point, they were finding a way around it. Yeah, they were when Chelsea pressed them, when Liam Delap comes from the right hand side and covers that channel where the goalkeeper cannot play it into the right hand side of the pitch anymore. He tends to like play it very wide to the guy who is standing behind, I think Chalobah in the back three. Sometimes they won the ball and just balanced it, but it didn't turn into anything dangerous. They always took it back to their own goal post and went to reset. Or sometimes we won it. Sometimes it was just a bad touch and it went into the throw-in. But the way we pressed them, we won the game through the pressing. That's the first thing I would say. Like, and we said like in the first 5 minutes of the game, if you watch very well, you see Leverkusen lost the ball 4 to 5 times in the first 5 minutes, and it was a result of the intensity of the press. And I think this is not even a news anymore. It's something that we have seen Chelsea do throughout last season, and just seeing it again in this season is something we should praise them for. And I would say we had a whole lot of chances, and we can still give credit. We didn't have, I'm not saying general in the whole match. In the early period of the match, we had a whole lot of chances. Yeah, like. But we didn't make so much out of it. But I just want to speak about the creation of these chances. And I think I will give credit to the way we pressed them. When you charge a team so intensely like that, they tend to like lose the ball to you, and then you can turn it to a fast break and you do something out of it. But unfortunately, we didn't convert the chances, or we didn't create so much, turn it into a big chance. And so the second thing I would like to touch on is our defensive side. That was massive performance from everybody that was involved in the defense. And I want to give high praises to a very young player like Achimpong. Yeah, he was stable. He showed no sign of shakiness, if that's a word to use. He was stable. There was no too much mistake from him. He's still young. Mistakes are expected, but it's a preseason game. Let's not be so lost in the whole performance thing, but you want to see all of these things as, okay, this is something to pick on going into the new season. These are positive performances. And I like the way he composed himself on the ball, find those passes. When Malo Gusto is inverting into the middle, he's finding those passes straight to Estevão, or sometimes Palmer is dropping to come and receive it. It was really solid in the back line. Yeah. So, and the defensive, one of the things that happened in the defense that I was moved by it, and I loved it when it happened, was in the 21st minute when we had the corner and Palmer lost the ball to an opponent, and Leverkusen took the ball and they were charging into the final third. They were charging into the Chelsea's defensive third. And I tell you, when Palmer lost the ball, Caicedo was the only person we had at the back. But you saw like the hunger to defend from the Chelsea's team. And I tell you, before they got into the Chelsea's defensive third, we had 8 men chasing after the ball. And that's like something to like pick on. And I know this is still a very young period of the season. This is just preseason. This is our first preseason. But you want to look at these things and not let it slide. You want to, okay, they are working as a team. They are working as one unit. I was very impressed. Like Palmer lost the ball. You see Palmer chasing them. And you can be in some team where somebody loses the ball like that and everybody's like, okay, let's just allow 5 people chase them. But you see everybody up on speed and they are chasing after this ball, trying to like win it back. And eventually we won the ball back. So it was like a good thing for me. Defensively, I think today we were really, really solid. So the third thing I want to like speak about here is the new guys. Yeah, and I'm talking about Ato. I want to talk about Estavio. I want to talk about Jamie Gittins and Dari Esugo. All of these guys, they were superb today. It's just one match. It's just the preseason. And I'm saying this for like the 5th to the 7th time. But we should just all remember that it's just the preseason. But having your debut like that, most especially Jamie Gittins, man, that was different level. His take on his 1v1 was something different. And I think he really made a whole lot of difference there when he took the ball. Tyreek George in the first half was superb, played really nice. But you see, like, these guys are young players, yeah, fine and good. But you are replacing Tyreek George with Jamie Gittins, and it's more like you're not downgrading that position, you're upgrading the position. Him coming in, taking these guys, taking one player, beating the first one, doing the step overs, and I think that's a signature move because he did that in a whole lot of times, stepping over the balls. I don't think he lost the ball. Even if he lost the ball, I don't think he lost the ball like twice. He was on a good level, and we are expecting that like more and more. And I think he has the eye for goal. Yeah, Jamie Gittins, when he takes the first step over, takes the second one, he's trying to take the shot, and that's very good. And for Ato, yeah, solid performance. He had the charge of, he was good defensively, and going forward, you saw the speed, trying to like overlap Jamie Gittins, sometimes underlap him, sometimes go behind his back, sometimes go out into space, and that was very, very beautiful to watch. And another person, I would say, I've praised that Chimpong. I don't think I want to go back to that Chimpong. I say Tyreek George is becoming mature, and I think I loved the way he played today. He moved the ball when necessary. He took the defender on, and when it was not necessary, he just dropped the pass. And I think I really like that sense of maturity. You sometimes as young players, you are so lost in what you want to do. You are so lost in trying to impress. You are so lost in having fun, and you're not thinking as a team. I think with Tyreek George, we are seeing more than that. He's thinking as a team, and at the same time, he's getting better. He's playing his football as an individual. So I give a whole lot of praises to all of these young guys, to Darius Sugo, really solid. A little bit of offensive, yeah. Like it was Ash in his tackle, yeah. So he will replace Caicedo, but I think he's still not. He does not, with Caicedo, there is this solidity that you have. Like there is something really concrete in this midfield. But with Esugo, that solidity is there, but you still know there is a difference between this person and this person. But it was a very nice game from him. And so let me go into the fourth one, which I would say, my guy, Estavio and Palmer. The partnership of Estavio and Palmer, I am really, really impressed. And I think I'm very, very optimistic at this point. I don't want to get lost in the feeling of, the initial goodness and sweetness of seeing two people of kind of like similar kind of player, but these guys are magic. That's just the way I can put it. Estavio and Palmer together is magic. They will create. And one thing I saw that really moved me was Estavio making a line-breaking pass, finding Palmer. It was something like it just woke me up like, whoa. These are the things like last season. It was only Palmer that was doing this thing. And then you just eventually got one person that is doing this same thing for this player that used to do this thing. And you have gotten another copy of this player that is doing this thing for you, and that's like very beautiful to see. They partner themselves well, and one beautiful thing these two guys bring into the team is the flexibility of it. Palmer and Estavio playing on the right hand side brings this flexibility of Palmer can go into that space and Estavio just comes into the attacking midfield position. And at the same time, Estavio can still stay in that place and Palmer just maintains the attacking midfield position of the play, and they just make this line breaking pass. You saw one pass where it was from Estavio to Palmer, from Palmer to Caicedo giving it to Estavio back, but unfortunately he didn't. The pass was short, he didn't get there. But you see a little bit of one. It's freedom for Palmer because when we're attacking, when we are offensive, we played a 3-2-4-1, which it just gives us like a whole lot of number up front. So because of the flexibility of the way Palmer is playing and the freedom he got with this formation, and most especially I want to give the credit to Estavio, is like because Estavio is there and he can do what Palmer can do, not to that level yet, but he can do it. He can make the passes, he can take the ball on his own, he can dribble. He gives Palmer that freedom to be able to drop really deep, because we have just Caicedo as the anchor man, as the sixth there. So with Caicedo, you have Palmer on the left-hand side. So let Estavio just take total dominance of the right-hand side up there. And it's just so beautiful to watch because you just don't know what these guys can do. They are just free. Sometimes you find Estavio on the right-hand side. You see Estavio moving like he's playing in the Chelsea squad like he has been there for a very long time. It's not looking like he's struggling to find his feet. But I know we should not put so much pressure on him. He's just coming in. Let's not hype and overhype what he can do. Let's just allow him settle in. But when you see what he can do, I think it deserves the praises. Let's just give him the praise. And the fourth thing, I think we still struggle with low block team. Yeah, we should not lie to ourselves. This is good performance in this game. But if you check it, I think if we want to look at stats wise, we didn't create so much. Yeah. All of what we created happened in the first 20 minutes of the game. Estavio finding Delap, Palmer trying to take the shot, Estavio taking shots, but we didn't create so much here because when the game started, the Young's team they stayed in the mid block. Yeah, they tried to like contain us up there, but when we started moving in, started creating spaces, because I think Maresca really used the field. He used the whole field. Like the players were wide out in the field. So they found it very hard to just stay centered. So they opened the space and we started breaking in and we started going in. So they moved from mid block, they moved back to low block.